Welcome to Pouse Around the House. Today I'm going to show you how to use a plug-in mechanical timer like this. Now put simply, these can be used to automatically turn on and off an electrical appliance, and two good examples of this would be something like a pump for a fish tank or a household lamp. And in order for the timer to work, it must be plugged into the wall. The appliance you wish to use must be plugged into the timer, and the power must be switched on at the wall. On the side of the timer there's a switch, and this allows you to move between the manual function and the timer function. And the manual function just means you can turn your appliance on and off as you usually would if it was plugged directly into the wall, but by flicking it to the timer function it means it will turn on and off to whatever time you have set on this timer. Now if you're going to mess around with the timer while this is plugged into the wall, then it's a good idea to turn the power back off to avoid damaging the timer. So I'll just explain how the timer works. If we look here, we've got every hour and the 24-hour clock across the face of the timer. Now between each hour we've got 4 of these blue prongs, and each one of these blue prongs represents 15 minutes of the 24-hour day. Now also this timer rotates round clockwise like that, and if you look here there's a small arrow, and that arrow needs to be set to the time it is now, but we'll come to that in a minute. Now this also explains why the numbers on the face of the timer are in the reverse order to what you would normally see on a clock face, and that's because if you take for example here the arrow is pointing to 7 o'clock, so let's pretend it's 7 AM now. As it goes through the hours of the day we go 8 AM, then 9 AM, 10 AM and so on. So I'll run through a quick example with you now. Let's say tonight we're out and we want the lamp to come on in the house at 7 PM or 1900 hours and turn back off again at 10 PM or 2200 hours. So what we need to do is push these prongs inwards to operate the lamp. So 1900 hours or 7 PM, I'm just going to push that in. I've done 1 or 2 too many there. There we go. And then push these in like that all the way round to 2200 hours. There we go. Now that means that the lamp will turn on at 7 PM, 1900 hours, and turn back off again at 10 PM or 2200 hours. But for this to work, we also need to line up this arrow with the time it is now. So I'll just check the clock, and currently it is 5:30 PM. So if we just turn that arrow around to there, which is somewhere between 1700 and 1800 hours, that's 5:30, and now the timer is set. So I'm just going to give you a quick demo, and in this example I'm just going to use a household lamp like this. So let's plug the lamp into the wall, let's turn the power on, and I'm going to set this switch to the manual function. Now the reason I've set it to the manual function is because whatever appliance you plug into your timer, it needs to be turned on. And in order for me to know that it's turned on, I need to have it set to manual. I can now use the switch, and you can see that's turning the lamp on and off. So if I set it to the on position, I can now set the switch on the side back to timer, and that will turn on and off based on the time we set on this clock face earlier. But just to make this clear and speed things up for the video, I'm just going to manually turn this around as if it's going round on its own, and when that hits 7 PM, there we go, that's clicked and the lamp has come on. Now if the clock kept turning over a period of 3 hours, you watch when that arrow now gets to 2200 hours or 10 PM, it turns that lamp back off. That will then rotate over the next 24 hours until it gets back to 7 PM and the lamp will go on again. And that's how to use a plug-in mechanical timer. If you found this video useful, then please give it a like, feel free to subscribe and press the bell symbol for regular notifications. And for more DIY, how-to, household tips and product review, please watch my other videos and don't forget to subscribe. I've been Pouse Around the House. Ta-ta, farewell.